ॐ सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। नारायणं पद्मभवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपादं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमदास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमतास्य पद्म पादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोडकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्य कृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ श्री चिन्मय सद्गुरवे नमः। 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 नमः श्री शंकरानंद गुरुपादाम्बुजन्मने सविलोकनो ग्राहग्रासैककर्मणे। माया के बारे में हम विचार कर रहे हैं। माया is ununderstandable. केचित् वदन्ति माया अस्ति एव वास्तवम् इति. It is Maya is true because the world is true, experiences are true, my joys and sorrows are true, matter is true, everything is true. Ajnaninah Mayam vastavam iti vadanti. Those who are thinking, understanding, wanting to understand the reality behind the Maya, those who are thinkers, buddhiyuktaha, vicharashalinaha, vicharashilaha, Maya tu anirvachaniya iti vadanti. It is impossible to comprehend its nature because it is there sometime and it is not there sometime. Sat iti bhasate, asat iti bhasate. It is sometime there, sometime not there. It is indeed ascharya rupa, anirvachaniya, avyakta iti. So this way, it is impossible to comprehend and it is impossible to describe. Jnanihi tu tucham iti vadati. Jnani says, I hi nahi hai. ब्रह्म ही है, ब्रह्म के बिना कोई और कुछ और नहीं है. Brahmanah binnam kinchit nasti. Kinchit Brahmanah binnam asti. Brahmayeva sakalam sarvam tad vidiriktam sarvam anityam asatyam. Tasmat maya iti kechit kachit na asti. Kaschit na asti. There is nothing like maya, it is there. But then at the same time, the question rises about the people who are saying that it is there is no need for us to further discuss on this. Those who know it is not there is nothing to discuss about. About the color of my horns, there's no discussion on that. And if somebody believes it is there, what is there to discuss? It is there. So these people who are deliberating, most of the sadhakas are of this kind. Hai ya nahi, it is there or not, it appears to be there, appears to be not there. And it is a cause of samsara. And jnanam is to transcend it. How do we transcend it? How do we overcome this maya? So this way, there is deliberation only in the case of those who are thinking about it. So in the discussion about that, we saw, is this swatantrava, aswatantrava? Is it independent or not independent? It is not independent because without the support of Brahman, it cannot exist. Without the consciousness, the product of Maya cannot be known. If anything is known, the inert thing or even the word, only a conscious being can know it. So therefore, consciousness is necessary for Maya to express herself. So aswatantra Maya iti. But at the same time, swatantra Maya, because it obscures Brahman itself. From the perception, from the vision of a jiva, avarana shaktya, vikshepa shaktya cha, Maya is appearing to be covering, achadati. It covers the Brahman itself. Asanga api, even though Brahman is asangaha, Mayaya achaditam bhavati. It becomes as though completely obscured. But interesting thing is, Maya tu achadayati, Brahman is being covered by the Maya, no doubt, but Brahman is undisturbed by that. It's like Surya is undisturbed by the clouds that are covering it. Same way, Brahman is undisturbed by the activities of Maya. So this peculiar thing that is to be understood, when somebody asks this question, then it is not comprehensible. So from the state of anirvachaniya, it has become ascharya. It is something which is wonderful. So here we saw in the 135, Dravatvam udake vaknau aushnyam Katinyam Ashmani, like that of water has this liquidity, fire has the heat, a stone has the stoneness. In the same way, Mayaya Durgatatvam Jaswadaha Siddhyati. What is not possible, made possible, is the nature of Maya. Aghatita Gatana Patiyasi Maya. It's capable of making impossible possible, as much as the nature of water is liquidity, fire is heat, and stone is rigidity, Katinyam. In the same way, Maya's nature is capability of what is not there made possible. What is not possible? To obscure Brahman. But it is good doing that. So now, therefore, in the verse number 136, I think that we covered also. Naveti lokayavattam. Sorry. Naveti loko yavattam. Sakshat tavat chamatkritim. Datte manasi paschatu. Mayai satyupashamyati. Naveti loko yavattam sakshat tavat chamakritim datte manasi paschatu mayai shetyupashamyati. Mayai shetyupashamyati. Yavat tam sakshat naveti tam Ishwaram Purusham. So long as one does not know the nature of Brahman, yavat lokaha, yavat tam naveti sakshat, tavat, until that point, maya chamat kritim datte manasi. Until then, Maya will create such kind of illusions, like making impossible possible. Chamatkar. Chamatkar means what? चमत्कार बिना नमस्कार नहीं मिलता है. वॉच ले लो, ये चमत्कार है. Casio watch with the serial number. So now, how can the Casio watch with the serial number will come out of nothing? Only where that manufacturer, yeah, it disappeared from our store sometime back. So that chamatkar, dhanam datte manasi, it creates in the mind such kind of an illusion, it never stops. When? Until one does not know the magician, the magic is mind-boggling and elusive. Once the magician's assistant you become, any kind of chamatkar he does, yeah, I can do it myself. So you can't do it yourself because you don't have the quickness. You have to learn how to do things so quickly, without being noticed by anybody. Right? I've been learning some magic. I'll show you sometime later. So, manasi datte paschat. Later on what happened? Tu maya ishati upashamyati. This maya becomes settled down. Ishat. Ishat is little. And then maya, Ishat, Mayeshat upashamyati. So, there is no more of the nature. Maya Eshat, no, Ishat. Maya. No. Let me, I think I put a note here. I split it correctly, but I don't remember right now how I split it. Wait. There's no hurry in that. Let's not do hurry in that. So, paschat jnanat maya upashamyati. So, it is able to disappear here. I think the word should be Ishat. Maya Ishat. Maya Ishat. I'll find out what it is actually. Upashamyati. It settles down. It becomes quiet. Paschat. When one knows who is behind this, or why, on what support it is able to bring it down, and what support it is able to act on. So paschat jnanad urdhvam. Paschat means jnanad urdhvam. We can say esha maya atyupashamyati. Upashamyati. Ati upashamyati. That could be the point. Ati upashamyati completely is settles down. Esha maya. This maya. That could be the one. Maya esha atyupashamyati. Esha maya ati upashamyati. Ati means completely. Upashamyati settles down. Continuing here. Prasaranti hi jyotyani jagat vastutvadadishu nachodaniyam mayayam tasyascha ascharya. Is it chodya is right? Yeah, because the printing is Chadya is written there. Tasya Chodyaika Rupataha Prasaranti hi Chodyani Jagat Vastutvavadishu Nachodaniyam Mayayam Tasya Chodyaika Rupataha Jagat Vastu Adi Vadishu. Jagat Vastuvadishu, among those people who have the Vada. Vada means not Vada as a problem. Vada means argument. Those people who have the philosophy or argument about Jagastaha Vastutvam. Vastutvam Astitvam. Vastu means that which is. So unquestionably, those people who are thinking that Jagat Asti Eva. Jagat Vastuvadishu Chodyani prasaranti. Chodyani prasaranti. Chodyani, these questions come in the mind. Chodanam is to question. Okay, what chodanam will come? If the world of matter is there, how Maya created this? Those who think the world is real will start questioning about how the world has come into being. How Maya created this world. That means there is Maya definitely there. No doubt about that. And the world is there, obviously. From there only they derive Maya, right? Maya is there as the cause of the world, or that which has made this possible. Then, how did he do it? What is this material cause? What is the upadana karana? So, these kind of question, prasaranti, come forth, spread out, basically. So, chodyani prasaranti. But for those people who clearly point out that the world is an illusion, for those who have understood the world as complete illusion, for them this question is irrelevant. Na chodyani mayayam tasyaha ascharya eka rupata. This question of Maya or deliberation, how the Maya created the world, those who have understood the nature of Maya as elusive, how did Maya create this world is not at all would rise up or not to be questioned towards those people who understand it to be an illusion. Because Ascharya Eka Rupataha, because it is of the nature of Ascharya. Wonder only it is. And as earlier said, The ability to make impossible possible, it's his nature. So that means what? It's wonderful, it is. Being it as wonderful, there is no question further asked because that is wonderful. Cannot ask why and how. You can ask and why and above, why, because there is cause and effect relationship cannot be brought in here. How can you bring cause and effect relationship between consciousness and inertness? How can the conscious Brahman can create inert world? Or in the inert world, how can consciousness be part of it? Both the way it is not possible, right? Inert thing cannot create consciousness. Consciousness cannot create inert things. Then, if you say the inert thing created consciousness, that's opposite. And cause and effect cannot be opposite to each other. One is inert, subject to death. Another is sentient, everlasting. How can the everlasting sentient being can create something which is subject to death and subject to change and subject to inertness? Or if you say inertness consciousness, then also it is wrong. How the inert thing can create something opposed to itself? How the limited one can create unlimited? How can the ever-changing create changeless? How that is lifeless can create life? So इसके बारे में क्या सोचोगे आप? So this Maya itself is a questionable entity, correct? Because what is a questionable entity? Whose definition or Swarupa cannot be known. That's a questionable entity. He is a questionable person, meaning what? You do not know whether he is good or bad, whether it is right or wrong, cannot be done, cannot be determined. So that which is a questionable entity, the question about that is a questionable. That which is a questionable entity, how can you ask a question about a questionable thing? So there's the next verse is very wonderful thing. Now you see, in the case of those who believe in the existence of the world completely, they talk about Purusha and Prakriti like Sankhyanas. Because for them, Purusha is also true, Prakriti is also true, and Prakriti has got these characteristics, Purusha has got these characteristics and all that. They can give you all those things. But that only amounts to no release. Permanent release is not there. Only temporarily one can relieve from Maya. Maya means its effects by not identifying. But for those people who are recognizing Maya as an illusion, it being such a doubtful, questionable entity, the inquiry will not lead to any positive result, really speaking. Because one which has a particular nature alone, you can determine as this. That which is constantly changing its nature, going after that will be a never-ending chase. It will appear as one thing one day, another thing another day, so you can never be able to conclude it as it is. So on. So, ऐसा वो निर्णय नहीं कर सकता है. So therefore, the whole life will be spent only on running behind a shadow. Therefore, here it is said, the next verse is very interesting. What is the next verse there? Chodyepi yati chodyam syat. Tvachodye chodyate maya. Pariharyam tadaschodyam. Napuna pradichodyatam. Chodyepi yadi chodyam yatha tachodye chodyate maya. Pariharyam tadaschodyam napuna pradichodyatam. Chodyam means that which is questionable. Maya is a chodyam. Chodyam, yadi chodye, that which is subject to be questioned, yadi chodye, chodyam syat. So, if you are inquiring about that which is questionable, yadi chodye, you are questioning about that which is questionable, that I have to question you. Tvad chodye chodyate maya. If you are questioning about that which is questionable, I have to question about your question. Because what is that you want to finally achieve there? See, we are forgetting about the final goal. Final goal is how to get rid of Maya. Right? How to become free of this Maya. That is your point. And that is what we have to reach. Now, would your enquiry lead to that point? Would that enquiry about what is this Maya and how did it obscure Brahman, etc., by answering this question, which is not answerable, but you know very well, because the nature of this Maya being unpredictable, being that which is anirvachaniya, Asharya Rupa, that we have said already, by knowing that it is ununderstandable, leave it there. By questioning this about that which is questionable, I have to question your question. Tvat chodye maya chodyate. Your question will be questioned by me. Now, if you look at it, what we consider as true at some point of time becomes untrue to the same person. How much you would dwell on that? For example, the dream. The dream, when you are seeing, it is so true. Upon waking up, you have no time to sit and what is that happened there? उसके बारे में आपको सोचने का समय है. That means you are having too much of time in your hand. Because having woken up from that and you know that it is not true, how will you ask, how did it start? When did it start? How did it end? You can go on asking this question, but Pariharya would not come out of that. Parihara means the final solution is what? छोड़ो उसको. उसको आपको मालूम हो गया कि ये अनित्य है. Who consider dream as nityam? Nobody does consider the dream as real. If those people who are considering it real, that means they have not woken up. Once you wake up, there is no question of sitting and worrying about what is already known to be not true. Right? So, your questioning about that which is questionable is subject to be questioned. That's what he says. Chodyam yadi chodye api. Tvat chodye chodyate maya. What you are questioning, I have to question. Why are you asking the question? So what is that? Second line he says, Tataha pariharyam. So only relief from this unwanted deliberation is na punaha parichodyatam. Chodyam na punaha parichodyatam. About this question, anymore, no more question it. That is the parihar. So, the tataha pariharyam chodyam mayam. Chodyam means this mayam, pariharyam mayam, Na punaha parichodyadam. Do not ask this question again. See, it is not that we cannot answer. No answer is valid. That's the point here. It's not that we cannot answer. Answer is what? That is its nature. But that has solved the problem? No. When somebody says that that's what it is, it cannot be it cannot be predictable. Sometimes it is there, sometimes not there, sometimes it does, sometimes this is so. That is its nature. Have you got the solution? No, it's not a solution. Solution is how to get out of it, not being there, worrying about it. So pariharyam, chodyam pariharyam, tataha na punaha parichodyatam. So what is essential is that we should eradicate nyaya by systematic inquiry. Further arguments is useless. No, inquiry is necessary in the sense that how we are seeing that Brahman is obscured. That is what is to be thought of. How can I feel that Brahman is obscured by Maya? How is that I am experiencing the absence of Brahman? This is what you have to think about. Why she does that? You cannot understand. How is that I can come out of it? By which I will be able to have a Brahma Drishti Sakshatkar. इसके बारे में आपको आप सोचो. Instead of that, why is she behaving like that? That you can never understand. It is impossible to comprehend this. So that is the point here. Maya is contradiction. That's what it says. If you controvert into your conversation, or controversion is based on the causality, you want to understand the cause and effect relationship of the matter, but why don't you see the contradiction involved in the idea of causality itself? To explain a cause, you are to bring in its effect, and to explain an effect, you have to bring it to its cause. How can you avoid this mutual dependency? A logical pitfall. Because as we saw that cause and effect relationship cannot be established between Maya and Jagat. Because if you say, Brahman and Jagat, it makes what Maya does this, it makes it appear Brahman has created this world with her help. Not possible. Inert cannot become conscious, conscious cannot become inert. So therefore, the very world itself is not a product of any creation. It is not Brahman created this world. It makes it appear to be one. And that appearance is what is to be questioned. If it is real, there is no question. If it is unreal, there is no question. If it is not there, it is not a question. Therefore, mithya, at this point of time when a person is seeking the reality, one should understand na satyam jagat, na asatyam jagat, mithya rupam jagat. It appears to be there. That appearance cannot be caused by the substratum, as much as snake is not caused by the rope. It is adhyasa. So it is adhyasitam jagat. Jagat is adhyasam eva. Tasya adhishtanam brahma. Yata rajjuhu eva adhishtanam sarpasya. Sarpaha mithya. Yat drishyate api. Tad drishyate api. Even though it is seen, tat satyam na bhavati. Na nityam na bhavati. उसका सत्यत्व नहीं है, नित्यत्व नहीं है. इसका नाम है मिथ्या. So therefore, one should look for parihar. So pariharyam tachodyam na punaha parichodyatam. Mayam na parichodyatam. Do not question this nature of Maya, because that would not lead you to any kind of conclusion or a solution. So let us look at what is that, how is that Maya, how is that we will overcome Maya, and how we will be able to have Sakshatkar of Brahman. About this we will now proceed on. Vismayekaya shariraya मायायाश्चोद्यरूपतः अन्वेष्य परिहारोऽस्य बुद्धिमद्भिप्रयत्नतः विस्मयैकशरीराय मायायाश्चोद्यरूपतः अन्वेष्य परिहारोऽस्य बुद्धिमद्भिप्रयत्नतः विस्मय एक शरीरायाः मायायाः विस्मय एक रूपायाः. This vismaya means wonder. This wonderful nature of Maya, vismaya eka shariraya, Maya, of this Maya, chodya rupataha, in the form of a question or a doubt. In here, this अन्वेष्यः परिहारः अस्याः बुद्धिमद्भिः प्रयत्नतः. अन्वेष्य बुद्धिमद्भिः प्रयत्नः अन्वेष्यः. With a clarity of mind and inquisitiveness to understand, one should proceed on this very carefully. Asyaha pariharaha anveshyah. One must proceed on to find a solution for this very carefully, because she can trap you into a point where you can never come back. Round. Going. Cause and effect, cause and effect, cause and effect. It will never be coming about. So it is like as much as somebody would say, oh, I have a question to ask. I never asked many people the same question. Nobody answered it. Which one came first? No, you can never find it. Yeah, whichever you order first will come. But that's not the point here. So, or whichever he brings it, that's the first one. Order both, which one he brings. So it will never end. It will keep going, because one cannot said to be the direct cause of the other. If it is the case, then you have to, what did that come from? What did that come from? What did that come from? It's no end to this. Illusion can never have a beginning or an end. End is only when you wake up. Beginning you will never know. When did dream begin exactly? Swamiji, from 7:85, sorry, 7:35, exactly I started to dream. And you cannot say that. Only when you wake up, you know that, oh, it ended. So, therefore, here it is said, Vismaya eka sharirayaha, chodya rupataha, in the form of a question, asya pariharaha. Pariharaha means muktihi. The release from this, anveshyaha, to be thought of, to be inquired into. Prayatnataha, with effort, Shravana Manana Nididhyasanadi Sadhanena, with the help of the real listening to the teacher, the Guru, and reflection upon what is being taught, and also meditating upon the highest reality. This way alone, Prayatnataha Anveshyaha, Vedanta Vicharena Anveshyaha. By whom? Buddhi Sadbihi, Buddhi Madbihi. Those people who are Buddhiman, by those people who are having the correct, pure state of intellect, who have overcome the impurities. Such people alone can truly come out of this by the Anveshanam. Even Anveshanam is itself is difficult for people when the mind is not pure. Boredom sets in. One person asked me this question, Swamiji, we are doing this puja or rituals and japa, etc. After some time, I get bored. So that means what? One who is inquisitive about the reality is always on the point of movement to the next level. You keep rotating the same thing without having a step forward. Looking for a step forward, you will get bored only. Daily routine, Swamiji, is getting bored. Every day we have to do the same thing. You will definitely get bored. because nothing moving, nothing is progressing there. So here, prayatnataha buddhimadbihi anveshyaha. Anveshyaha, to be inquired. The inquiry alone can really make you progress. We keep doing the same thing without inquiring into what is the next step I can move on to. Only having mastered this point, only you can go to the next one. If the mind is still disturbed, and in spite of your japa, etc., the mind is still not able to focus, then you have to find the right way of overcoming that problem. If you say, that's what it is, I am born like that, what to do? Dhyana yoga paro, just no be sana, dhyana yoga paro nityam, vivikta sevi lagvashi, yatava kaya manasa ityadi. So, now anveshanam kuryat. So, what is the anveshanam? Maya tvameva nischeyam. Idi chetarhi nischino. Loka prasiddha mayayaha. Lakshanam yattikshata. Yat lakshanam yattadikshatam. Maya tvameva nischeyam iti chetarhi nischino loka prasiddha mayayaha lakshanam yattadikshatam. So, if then or a long time this Purvapakshi was absent, the PP comes out, Purvapakshi, public prosecutor. So he comes out. It's called PP, public prosecutor, Purvapakshi. Yeah, now I have a question to ask you. What? So I want to determine mayatvam eva nischayam. Nischay means the determination of what its nature is. Mayatvam. Mayatvam is of the nature. What is its nature? Like Ishwaratvam, nature of Ishvara. Jivatvam, nature of Jiva. Mayatvam, not Mayatvam. Mayatvam means the nature of Maya. Nischeyam iti chet. Let us first determine the nature of Maya. If you want to know that, I will tell you. I mean, because this Purvapakshi is not ready to move further. He puts the same question in a different way. That is all. He is stuck to that point. I want to know Maya. No, actually, I want to know the nature of Maya. So, if you are still insisting that I want to know the nature of Maya, then nischino, tarhi nischino. Let you understand this way. This way you determine. What is the way? Now let us understand what is Maya according to the world, people of the world, those who are not in Vedanta. Let us say what they consider as Maya. The word Maya means what? Magic. Isn't it? What is magic? Magic is that which makes the existing thing non-existing and non-existing existing. Isn't it? What he shows is what is not there actually. And what is there, he obscures it. Right? What is there, he doesn't show. On the place of it, he shows something which is not there. You might have seen, you will take a cup of water and it'll show completely. Done, right? And keep it there and do something else and come back again. Full water and keep it there. After some time, again you will bring them. Still again water will come. How is that? This is such a small single, but it's one whole jug, he will fill it up. How? So this is what you have seen in the world as Maya. So Loka Prasiddha Mayayaha Lakshanam. The nature of the Maya as it is known by people in the world. Yat tat, that which is Ikshatam. Now you see. In the same way, you see this. how the people in the world using the magic will make people see things that are not there. In the same way, understand the nature of Maya also is like that. So only an expert can, one who has practiced so much can make make people believe in that way. So therefore, Maya is that power is equal to that kind of the magician's magic. Maya viva vijrumbhyat vijindrayatyabhimaha yogi vayasvechaya in Dakshinamurti Sutra. Like Vishwamitra created a world, parallel heaven he created out of his power. It's not actually there, but for the jiva to experience, he created a similar heavens there out of his magic power, tapas. So it is seen in the Shastras also, Puranas also. Similarly here, what is very well known in this world, popular definition of Maya is not unsatisfying. For Brahman through undefinable is not visible. Hence the definition does not apply here. Again, the horns of the hare is a clear expression of contentless. It cannot be seen. Here also the definition is inapplicable. But any kind of definition you give, that is not possible for us to explain that way. But you start looking at the way the world people look at the magic. In any other way, it cannot be proved. In any other way, I cannot explain to you. So accept that it is similar to that of the world where the people see the magician performing a magic, which even though perceived, not true. Even though seen, not true. Even though experienced, not true. You go to a magic show and watch it and then you come happy, you don't inquire, right? How did he do that? Entertainment, that's all it is. You paid the money for that, he entertained you and finish off. So you watch it knowing well it's not true. The movie is also magic only. Knowing well all that is happening on the screen is not true. But won't you get entertained? You spend some 2-3 hours or whatever. If it's a Hindi movie, 3.5 hours, you will go watch it. Paisa vasool. English movie is 45 minutes over. Arey bhai, itna paisa diya. So you go and entertain and come out. So Maya is that one which is appearing to be there, but even as you are watching it, you know that it is not true. So therefore, na nirupayutum shakya vispashtam basate chaya samayetindrajaladau loka sampratipedire na nirupayitum shakya vispashtam basate chaya samayetindrajaladau loka sampratipedire ya vispashtam basate. Ya Maya vispashtam basate, very clear, undoubtedly is seen. Basate is seen, perceived. Even then, na nirupayidum shakya, but you cannot determine what it is. Dekhne mein spashta hai. Very clearly you can see there is no ambiguity or no doubt in that while watching. But how did it happen? How did the water come from that small cup or tumbler? Whole jug is filled. How? Or he will show the whole one part, he will show nothing is there, and then he'll put a hand, he'll take a parrot out of it. Kahan se aa raha? You see it. Vispashtam basate. Nirupayidum na shakya. How will you prove that? How can that parrot be there? When you saw it's not there completely, it's absent, nothing is there. No, nowadays, they are so powerful. From there, they'll take a card here. And where is that coming from? From nothing, from nowhere. Definitely, you don't know. That's all it is. So here, na nirupayedum shakya maya. Vispashtam basade. Maya iti indrajalo. Sa maya iti. That is what is called maya. Indrajala adau. In the case of just in traditionally it's called Indrajala. Indrajal magic. Jala means net. Indrajala means Indra's Jala. Indra can make so many things possible. That's why the son of Ravana, who has conquered Indra and learned all the magic, is known as Indrajit. That fellow learned everything from Indra. Because he conquered him and then said, you better teach me. So that is very difficult for anyone to, overpower him. Rama finding it very hard. And he even attacked Lakshmana also. So sa maya iti indrajalado lokaha. People in the world, sampradipedire, they accept, they understand, perceive it. Pratipatti means perception. Sampradipedire, they come to perceive it and accept it. What it has. Even though what is seen is inexplicable, yet it is called Indrajalam. Iti Pratipedire. Accept it or not. When you come out of the magic, I don't accept whatever he did. No, you saw it. So what do you do after the end of the magic? You just walk out. उसके बारे में आप सोचते नहीं. So you have accepted the perception, knowing very well that it's not true, but yet you never pay more attention to that than that much. You accept it. So in the same way here, that's why he gave the example of what is very well known in the world as magic. Accept it and keep moving. So parihara for you is that what? Spashtam bhadi jagatyedam ashakyam tannirupanam mayamayam jagat tasmat ikshasva pakshapatatah spashtam bhadi jagatchetam ashakyam tannirupanam mayamayam jagat tasmat ikshasva pakshapatatah. Idam jagat spashtam bhadi. This world also, as we have seen in the previous verse, everything is clearly seen. Spashtam bhadi idam jagat. Tat nirupanam ashakyam. How did it come about is not possible for you to know. Meaning, if you understand this Maya is the one which has made it possible, then you can never find a cause. As earlier it is said, if you know him, if you know the magician, then it will have no excitement at all. Magic will become. So I told once it so happened when we had our magic show here. So magician said, I want to use one of you on the stage so that it will be more useful, more entertaining to people. I said, okay, let's do it. So a young boy was brought in and said he was wearing this came dress, and he is put into a rotating, the box. We put it in the rotating box. The rotating box, they had on the other side. I was there. There's a hidden door. In the hidden door, I was sitting there. I was standing. So they rotate. When you rotate, that fellow goes behind, and when it's near the curtain, right? So when you rotate, so he gets out of that. So then I come into the place where he is, right? So then he turn around, I appear. So the people in the, if you really look at from the standpoint of the audience, it will be totally wonderstruck. So I appeared. Everybody was, how is that? So then it's interesting. So I talk like him. Ayo, you made me big, so big. I don't want to be that old. Put me back into the same place. Right? So then I go back into that box, rotate. By the time he gets in and I go out. So he gets into the inner chamber because it will be rotated. When you're rotating, there will be nobody because he's in the inside chamber. The next rotation, he will come out of the door and stay there. I came back. Whatever. So it so happened. So when he was rotating, when I was there, it was rotating is going on. Before I get out, my cloth was seen in between the door. So the children in the first row could easily see. Swamiji is inside. It totally spoiled the whole thing. Because usually when they don't use the dhoti for getting in there. So I said, no, that is the main point. I cannot wear anything of this. So he insisted they don't wear the dhoti, it will be a problem. When I close the door, the hidden door, it will be seen. I said, okay, I will manage it. But there's no small put. Swamiji is there, Swamiji is there. Now, for me, it is totally, it's super stupid, right? What is there? We know nothing. But when you look at from the audience side, one boy goes and suddenly the Swamiji comes out. What is that? Huh?
Swamiji, it was actually visible event was in the
yeah, so.
Kids were more honest.
They're not afraid to ask.
So obviously, so here Mayamayam Jagat Tasmat, therefore here, Spashtam Badi Jagat Edam Ashakyam Tan Nirupanam. Nirupanam means how it has come about. From Brahman, how the world has come. From the conscious being, how the inert thing can come. From the snake, from the rope, how can the snake come out? Not possible. So neither snake created the rope, nor rope created the snake. Both are not true. Inert created Atman, Atman did not create the Jagat. Therefore, Tasmat Mayamayam. Jagat Mayamayam. The world is nothing but a illusory appearance. Tasmat Mayamayam Jagat Ikshasva. Ikshasva, see it that way. Apakshapatataha, without any pakshapat. Don't take any side. Don't take the sides of good, bad, right, wrong. Because any of this illusion is not true. Therefore, to consider Jagat as good or bad, right and wrong, etc., is a waste of your time and energy, and you will not proceed further. Because nothing remains the same. What is good today will remain bad tomorrow. What is bad tomorrow, suddenly it will become good. What is dharma become adharma, adharma become dharma. And that's the nature of this. So only parihara is what? Apakshapatataha ikshasva. Look at the entire creation as an illusion and do not have any pakshapata. Don't take sides on this. So that is why samaha again and again Bhagavan brings in Gita. Tulya nindastu tirmoni santushto yena kenecha dhanikedasvaramati bhaktiman me priyonaraha. Everything you look at it with samatvam. Samatvam yoga uchate. Why is that samatvam? Because that is what it is. You can never be able to comprehend why it is one becomes other. And if you think about it, either you get unhappy or happy or unhappy, raga, dvesha will come. So all those things can be avoided by a simple understanding, maya mayam idat jagat. This world is inexplicable nature of contradictions. There's only way to have parihar. So we'll see more of it in our next session. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramaya, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.